Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk live on YouTube.com. It's good old MF Michael Fletcher alongside Anthony Florio, Dee Woodson, and Michael Bullock. And guys, tonight, obviously, we're going to recap yesterday's Smackdown from London, England at the O2 Arena. And of course, I want you guys to stick around because at the end of the show tonight, we have a major announcement that's going to affect the way we are going to be doing programming this fall. The family of networks is going to have a radical change. And guys, you're going to need a pen and a paper to write it all down because you are going to see us 6 nights of the week. Fair to say, our plates have gotten a lot busier on all of the platforms of the wrestling format Strictly Sports. So get ready, guys. We are going to be going insane when it comes to this fall. All right. But first, we started it off with SmackDown Live from London, England. Like I said, from the O2. And it started out with Roman Reigns cutting a promo. Then was interrupted by The Miz. And then we had Shane McMahon and Elias. We had Elias show up. And what it stemmed from was basically, literally, at the end of the night, it was going to be a 4-on-3 handicap match. That was going to be announced on the show. And actually, it was going to be, listen to this, guys, Roman Reigns and from Monday Night Raw, the Usos. Yes, that's their relatives, their cousins. And they're going to go up against the 4-man squad of Shane McMahon, Elias, Daniel Bryan, and Eric Rowan. Oh, by the way, Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. All right, so with all that said, Anthony, I guess I could lead this off. I'll lead it off. This is an all right segment. I thought this was pretty well, very good. I think it was fine for what it was worth. I think everybody played their roles pretty well. And again, more storyline build up to Money in the Bank. Shane McMahon fighting The Miz on Sunday night. Roman Reigns against Elias one-on-one. That's also Sunday night at Money in the Bank. So they served its purpose. They did a good job with it. So, Anthony Florio, now I give it to you.
Well, I'll tell you, MF. Excuse me. Hello, friends. Anthony Florio here with you for another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk. So great to be here as always and be here with all of you. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, MF. I absolutely love this segment. This was a phenomenal segment. I enjoyed every minute of it. Let me tell you. Storyline progression at its absolute finest right here. And I'll tell you what. I mean, you could say it's a carbon copy of what we saw on Monday night. Absolutely. But at the same time, I mean, this came off much better. I mean, Roman and The Miz forming an alliance here, which I could get behind. That could be a good team down the road. Absolutely. Excuse me. And then from there, the only thing I didn't like was the 4-on-3 handicap match. I would have preferred to have seen Miz in that, make it an 8-man. And then we could have had some great interactions there, especially Miz and Bryan. I mean, I would have loved to have seen that. But, you know, at this point, they could be better off ending the brand split. You know, this ridiculous wild card rule, it's not shocking or surprising. It's just right now a booking crutch and a lame attempt to drum interest in a product that is in disarray, especially backstage. Roman and the Usos already feel overexposed, and it's ridiculous seeing them play serious roles on SmackDown while they're clowning around with the Revival on Raw, which is a damn shame. Both of those teams deserve far better. So, That's really all I can say on that. This was a great segment, though. Carbon copy of Monday, but at the same time, it was a little bit better. So that's all I can say. I mean, this is how we have to start shows each and every time. We have to start it off with the same old stuff. Cut a promo, set the agenda. I get it. We have to do that. But come on. Switch it up, please. Bullet, go.
All right, Florio, tell us how you really feel. Woo, man, oh man! I mean, he's starting off this show with a bang. But yeah, I mean, hello everybody. This is the Phenom Mike Bullock here for another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk on this Wednesday night, to say the very least. Yeah, I love this promo. I mean, this is like storyline progression. I mean, it is a little bit better than what we saw on Monday night, but yeah, I don't like the 4-on-3 handicap. I mean, I would have loved to see the Miz get added to it, but obviously you heard during the whole thing, the Miz was barred from the arena, which I don't understand why, but that's just Shane O'Mac trying to stack the deck against both Roman Reigns and the Usos. I guess this is Shane O'Mac's way of saying, it's not the Uso penitentiary, it's the Shane O'Mac penitentiary. Yeah, right. I'd rather have the Uso penitentiary than that piece of crap. But yeah, I mean, I also got to agree with Florio. I mean, whether it's on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown Live, I mean, we get the same old shtick every single time. I mean, cut a promo and build to what we're going to see tonight. I mean, I understand you're trying to get storyline progression, but come on. I mean, I agree with Florio. I'd rather see a match start off either of the shows rather than another freaking promo every single time. I mean, come on, WWE, wake up. Start off the show with a match, not a promo. Didi, what's a go?
Yeah, I'm pretty much sick of the repetitive show openings myself. I don't understand why we're doing this wild card thing if you keep bringing the same people back and forth. I know it has something to do with with Fox and USA, but still, I mean, do we have to have the same people going back and forth? Let's try, something a little different. Let's, try some different people out there instead of the same people over and over and over again. It it was a solid opening, yes, but I'm also kind of getting sick and tired of Shane McMahon and him being kind of a hypocrite too. So, and yeah, I think the match should have been 4-on-4, not 4-on-3, but it is what it is. Storyline progression still, it still was a good way to open the show. So, not much more I'm gonna say about it. Fletch, just take it.
And after that, we had another 2-for-1 segment. Randy Orton comes out, basically kind of, well, I'm not gonna say set the spoilers here, but there was a lot of things that were going on. Randy Orton basically climb up on a ladder, sitting there. Maybe he becomes Money in the Bank second time around. We'll see. He said he's got the most dangerous letters for the WWE champion, which is RKO. We definitely know that for a fact. Anytime he hits that RKO out of nowhere is normally lights out for anybody. Doesn't necessarily have to be a champion. Then Zelina Vega comes out. Oh, that had my heart racing a little bit for a second or two. Of course, to promote Andrade. And then she did something very, very, very evil. She tried she was like, everyone was so sensitive about spoilers about, Game of Thrones and what's been going on in their series. Let's face it, this season of Game of Thrones has been a letdown. I've been hearing it from a lot of people. It's not good. Don't care. Then, of course, Avengers Endgame. If you have not seen it, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to spoil it. You got to see it. It's amazing. It's awesome. Avengers Endgame, must watch. But she's like, there is one spoiler that she's going to say, and that is the Endgame is going to be Andrade capturing the Money in the Bank, becoming Mr. Money in the Bank, and winning it all. Well, we'll find out because right after the commercial break, we had a fatal four-way. Finn Balor, Ali, Andrade, and Randy Orton. And when it was all said and done, the winner of the bout in 14 minutes and 33 seconds was Andrade. He wins it. Anthony Florio, Andrade puts away the reigning Intercontinental Champion Finn Balor for the 1-2-3 with that hammerlock DDT. But then he gets a ladder, climbs up, and snatches the briefcase. Uh-oh. You know that's never good.
Yeah, not good for Andrade because you left something out, MF. Ricochet comes out. He gets the best of Andrade, and Ricochet pulls down the briefcase. I don't think that's good for Ricochet, to be quite honest.
Absolutely not.
But nonetheless, this was the fight of the night. 3.5 to 4 stars. Fun match. Glad to see Andrade pick up a big win here. He does it at the expense of Finn Balor. So, Championship Committee moment suggests a future Intercontinental feud between these two. Come on, we're dying for it. Do it. Book it. But nonetheless, not a bad moment for Ricochet either, despite the complaints about the wild card rule. So that's really all I can say. Every man was utilized properly. We had some great spots, some Shakespearean drama moments. So yeah, no doubt about this. This was the fight of the night. Right guy won. So we'll see what happens come Sunday. And by the way, the winner of this men's match should come from Smackdown Live. I said my piece. Bullock, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'll give it about 3.5 to 4 stars as well. I mean, this was a great match to basically show off the SmackDown participants in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. I mean, yeah, we did get to see Ricochet at the end, but I do agree. I do think the winner of this should come from SmackDown Live. Who? We do not know, but getting back to Finn Balor's next Intercontinental Championship opponent, I did hear a rumor, guys, and you know the next special that's coming up on June 7th. It's called Super Showdown in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, and I did hear, now take it with a grain of salt or read into it what you will, that the Intercontinental title match is going to be Finn Balor going up against Andrade. Now, I did, and that's what I heard. So, like I said, take it with a grain of salt. Read into it what you will. So, yeah. So that's pretty much all I got to say on that. So 3.5 to 4 on it. So, Fletch, I see you have your mic on. Quick thought on what I just said.
Well, I was, but I'm going to hold off. I want Dee Dee to get her thoughts in, and then maybe we can go and we'll talk about it in a second.
Oh, okay. So, Dee Dee Woodson, it's yours.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give the match about 3.25 stars. It was a good match. Yeah, I agree. I think SmackDown should probably win the Money in the Bank title when it comes to the pay-per-view. But it was still kind of nice at the end to see Ricochet, run out. And kind of come out on top, being as he's one of the newer signees on Raw. The normal storyline progression, very, very good here. It would be interesting to see, maybe one of the guys with the 2 belts, not just Becky, but, that I don't think it's going to happen, but that would be kind of cool to see. But, and anything can happen. We'll just have to wait and see what will happen at the pay-per-view. But this was definitely storyline progression and, a good, fun match to help set up for Money in the Bank. So, Fletch, let's go on.
All right, and then right after that, we had a promo segment that was done by the Queen, Charlotte Flair, talking about what she did after what she did. Well, what her and Lacey Evans did to Becky Lynch on Raw Monday night, and we recapped that. Now it's just basically what's gonna happen now. Well, we'll wait and see. Michael Bullock, we're gonna go on with you, but here it is, man. Charlotte basically is talking about possibly winning the belt for after a well done video package highlighting the entire feud between Charlotte and Becky leading up past WrestleMania being in the main event. What's gonna happen, man? Because I mean, what are we looking at going into this? I mean, there's a chance Becky could still have 2 belts. Maybe she has 1, Raw or SmackDown. There's a possibility Becky could lose both on Sunday night.
Yeah,
But not only that, but I sorry to interrupt, but Charlotte might not even be the champion because remember, there's a Money in the Bank out there that could get that will be captured.
you're exactly right on that. So she better have eyes in the back of her head if that is the case. So yes, I mean, I like the short promo here. I mean, basically bragging about what she did and what her and Lacey Evans did. And as far as that video package goes, I mean, I thought it was well done, talking about the history of Charlotte and Becky from their days in NXT to what they are right now. So yeah, but I'll tell you this right now, guys. I mean, everybody is rooting for Becky Lynch to beat Charlotte Flair because I'm telling you this right now. If Charlotte wins the title again, there's going to be a lot of people in the IWC that's going to be pissed off. And I'm going to be one of them because, I mean, I'm getting sick of seeing Charlotte getting title opportunity after title opportunity time and time again. I mean, even Bayley brought it up during that little back and forth with Charlotte and Becky. I mean, and even Becky even brought it up too. I mean, we want to see other women on the SmackDown side get a chance at the SmackDown Women's title. So, yeah, so the promo was good. The video package I thought was well done too. So, I really got nothing more to say. So, Dee Dee, what's in it's yours?
Yeah, it was another good promo from Charlotte. Building the rivalry even more. Video package, just a little reminder of everything they've been through. And then after we had that, you had Lacey backstage cutting her promo, talking about the rerun between Charlotte and Becky, and that she's planning on walking away with the Raw title. So I mean, the 2 segments there, pretty much kind of tied together, and they're both very good in the storyline progression that we're getting on this. So, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about this. I mean, it was just very well done, and a very good way to just boost the interest in these 2 particular matches. So, Not much more I'm going to say about it. Fletch, it's yours.
WWE once again finds a creative way to magnify the women's division. And I know a lot of people were kind of like, we were so thrilled the lead up into WrestleMania, the way that the women got the spotlight. And then, barring however you feel, sentiment wise, good or bad about the match between Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte at WrestleMania, and you kind of felt like it kind of hit its peak at that point, and it kind of lost a little bit of the momentum. Well, now it looks like they're starting to try to turn the course a little bit. Becky being a fighting champion, and now she's got two, and they're making Charlotte, who's already a legitimate powerhouse contender, but they've done Lacey Evans very well, guys, to say the very least. Leading up to this title fight, it makes them both credible that there's a very good chance that Becky 2 Belt could be Becky no belts after Sunday night. We don't know. We know that obviously we want to see Becky at least walk away with one title. If that's the Raw or SmackDown, whatever. But you also got to remember, the Money in the Bank is contested on Sunday night, and there's 8 women out there that wants that briefcase, that will get that briefcase, and one of them holds a golden ticket. A shot at either the Raw or Women's SmackDown or the SmackDown Women's title. And remember, the 2 times that Money in the Bank for the women has been in play, we have gone 100%. 2 times it's been cashed in. Both times, the Money in the Bank winner became women's champion. Carmella knocked off the Queen the night a couple of nights after WrestleMania and became SmackDown Women's Champion. Alexa Bliss got the Money in the Bank, waited later that night, cashed in, and captured the Raw Women's title. What happens this year with Money in the Bank? For me, selfishly, I hope it happens in Providence. I hope it happens in my neck of the woods, because me and Michael Bullock are still feeling the after effects of the last Money in the Bank cash-in, which was in our house, and that one turned up a failure. Baron Corbin tried to cash in on Jinder Mahal for the WWE Championship, and Jinder won the match in less than 5 seconds. We're still stinging. Providence wants a Money in the Bank cash in. We want to see the title change hands. The last time that happened, you got to go all the way back to Backlash, when the WWE title, where 3 titles changed hands that night. The ECW title back in the day, the WWE Championship, and the World Heavyweight title, all 3 belts flipped in one night. And I was there. It was the most awesome time I ever had in my life. So, nothing more to say. That was just me being a little selfish. Sorry. Anthony, go.
Well, anyways, let me see. As far as the video goes, strong video. Like most comprehensive WWE video packages, it's worth taking a look at. Very weird, though. Why did they bring Charlotte to the ring just to introduce the video? They should have just played the video as was. They should have had maybe Phillips, Graves, and Saxton, set up the intro for it, then show the video. That would have made more sense to me. But, nonetheless, though, Great video package detailing their history from NXT to now. The whole tea time thing, which MF and I got a kick out of. So I know we're not going to see that ever again. Unless, of course, they patch things up and they're both baby faces or both heels someday. You never know. But nonetheless, very strong video. Loved it. So nothing more to say. WWE production team, another home run. Say what you want about the product. The product's a mess. Yes, we know. Backstage is a major issue. There's a lot of drama and all that good stuff. But the production team still doing a top-notch job. MF, let's move on.
4-on-3 handicap match. Like I said, the Usos and Roman Reigns versus the team of Shane McMahon, Elias, and the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Eric Rowan and the new Daniel Bryan. When it was all said and done, winners of the bout, 15 minutes, 22 seconds. Sorry, guys, the heel team wins it. Shane McMahon goes coast to coast on one of the Uso, got it on Jey Uso, and won the match for the team. Duh. All right, who leads off on this?
I think Dee Woodson is because I let off on the.
All right, so Dee, Shane wins it for the team, 15-22, the time of the fall.
Yeah, this was an overall good match, but why did we have to have Shane win it? I mean, if you're trying to build up the match with Elias and Roman, you would think you'd have Elias win because Miz wasn't even in this match. There was no point in pushing Shane in this match when he didn't have his competitor in there. This is one of the ones where you just kind of scratch your head and just go on. I'm going to give it 3 stars. I mean, it was still, like I said, it was a good match overall. They did try to do the storyline progression. They tried to showcase, everyone that's in this match. But in the end, I just don't quite get the fact of why Shane was the one who did the pin. So, not much more I'm going to say about it. Fletch, I'm going to toss it back to you.
3 stars, no doubt about it. This was a good fight. I don't mind the booking here. It looks like they're giving the heels a little bit of the advantage tonight. Does that mean the good guys are probably going to get the lion's share of the wins on Sunday? We'll see. We'll see what's going on. All I can say is that this is going to be a very interesting situation. Shane, man, when he does those coast to coast, sometimes I'm almost worried when he does them, man, because the way that he does them, one of these days he's gonna break his back. I mean, Jesus Christ, that's all I can say about that. But good fight, solid match. Everybody did their parts really well. The closing minutes of the fight, I mean, total chaos, but that's what you expect. But at the end, the heel team wins. All right, fine, no problem with that. Let's see what happens on Sunday night. So, Anthony, it's yours.
It's 3 to 3.25 stars, mainly because the first 10 to 12 minutes of the bout, incredibly slow. But the final portion was quite entertaining, like MF said. Like last week, the highlights came anytime one of the Usos was paired off with Bryan. I guess it's not the worst idea to have Shane pick up a win every now and again if he's competing semi-regularly, but it's never something I'm outright hoping to see. This match was clearly designed to fill a lot of time, and it accomplished that goal while maintaining a respectable amount of excitement in the latter stages. So, Usos against Bryan and Rowan on the kickoff show Sunday night. Miz and Shane in the cage, which I think has the potential to be a sleeper fight of the night. Roman and Elias, I can't say I'm excited about that one. Sorry. 3 to 3.25 stars. Second best fight of the night. Bullock, it's yours.
Yeah, 3 stars for me. I mean, yeah, I mean, you pretty much touched on everything. I mean, but I do agree with Dee Dee. Why do the why did Shane have to pick up the victory here? I mean, I understand you want to put the heels over, but why Shane? I don't get it. So there's really nothing more to say. I'm just gonna give it to you, Fletch, as we move on.
Then we got some filler stuff along the way, but the next thing that we did have, this one was very interesting to say the very least. It was a tag team fight, a women's tag team fight, actually, that happened next, as it was the newly named the Kabuki Warriors. That is Asuka and Kairi Sane, the Pirate Princess. They went up against Fire and Desire, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. When it was all said and done, it was the Kabuki Warriors winning the match, 8 minutes and 22 seconds. As let's just say Sonya Deville, Sonya tagged in, and boy did she get laid out. Well, actually, no. Uh, Basically, Mandy tried to demand the tag, uh, to be tagged in, a roll up of doom, and Asuka gets the win. So, look, I'm gonna say this. I don't mind it because now that really makes Asuka and Kairi Sane the true number one contenders, no doubt about it. Plus, it also hints over that possible breakup of Fire and Desire. Like, you could see the splinters are really starting to show. So we're gonna wait and see what happens. This was about a 2-star fight. I could say maybe 2.25 if I'm generous. Nothing more to say. Anthony, I give it to you.
2.25, decent match. Deville and Rose are improving, and they seem to work nicely with Asuka and Zayn. But I got to be honest, I would much rather see Asuka and Kairi Sane as singles competitors. They do work well as a tag team, certainly, and they could prove to be branding anchors for a division that already seems to have fallen out of favor. A tag team title match with the Iconics is definitely in the cards. Absolutely. I could see it. I could probably see them winning it. But the breakup, yeah, I can definitely see more tension, more trouble in paradise, no pun intended, with Mandy and Sonya, especially when Mandy, nonchalant, if you will, cocky, but then, getting caught by Asuka for the 1, 2, 3, and we saw a little bit of it, in a silly way on the Mandy's Donuts last night. So I'm hopeful that they'll be here next week. They'll film it. And I do have a suggestion for them. Need Donuts in Providence, Rhode Island. Vanilla glazed brioche. You love glazed donuts, ladies? Go for the vanilla glazed brioche. I've had it. It is incredible. So, cheap plug out of the way. 2 to 2.25 stars. Decent fight. Nothing more to say. Bullock, your thoughts?
Yeah, 2 stars for me on this match, but I do agree. I think Kairi Sane and Asuka, I think, are better as singles competitors rather than a tag team. But what I don't get, I mean, is the name of the team, Kabuki Warriors. I mean, come on. I mean, what is with that? I mean, first we had
It's like the Viking experience all over again.
Exactly.
I'm glad you brought that up, Bullock. I was going to bring that up. I forgot. But
well, I was about to bring it up too, but you beat me to the punch. I mean, first the Viking experience, and now the Kabuki Warriors. I mean, WWE is the creative team. They're really turning into a bunch of campy comedy, bull funky gobbledygook pieces of crap. I mean, coming up with these stupid names. I mean, they could have came up with something better, but Kabuki Warriors, no, not feeling it whatsoever. So, nothing more to say. Dee Woodson, Kabuki Warriors, really?
Well, neither one of them are Kabukis, and definitely Paige isn't even from that part of the country. She's British, so really the name does not fit them. The only thing I can come up with why they did it is because, you know, Kabuki is supposed to be from their country, but still, you have an empress and you have a pirate that has nothing to do with Kabuki. So I don't know. I really don't know. It's just one of those things. The match was okay.
It's flat out stupid.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. You know, sock it up to the, like y'all said, the creative team for coming up with some stupid crap again. You know, it was a okay match. It would be better with these girls separate, but at the same time, you know, we are trying to build more women's tag teams because, you know, you don't have that many now, especially since we still don't know what happened to Sasha Banks since her and Bailey lost. And, you know, really all you have is like Fire and Desire and the Iconics and now them. You don't have a whole lot of women's tag teams out there. You know, we haven't even seen Nia Jackson, Tamina lately very much either. So, I mean, where are all our tag teams? They divided a lot of them when they did the split. So, you know, if this is what we have to deal with is the insanity that the writing team has come up with for Kabuki Warriors, then I guess that's what we have to go with. And hopefully, you know, we'll see something good come out of it in the end. I think Kevin brought up a good point. Let's blame Vince McMahon for the names for the two for all these names that we don't like. I mean, he is supposedly creative control. So Vince, you need to get out of wrestling and let the kids take over. So that's all I'm going to say. Let's move on.
All right, guys, we closed the show with the KO show. His guest, who else? The WWE champion, Kofi Kingston, turned into a little bit of a humdinger because what the hell? Sami Zayn shows up? Uh-oh, we already know how that went down the last time. Florio, are we telling me that Zayn and Owens are probably on the same page again?
Even though they're on separate shows, I guess so. But I got to bring you back to reality here, folks. This, without question, one of the weaker segments between these two. It wasn't bad per se, but it felt like they were treading water heading into Sunday. Sami Zayn involvement, I thought it was honestly a trifle unnecessary, to be honest. Sami and Kevin have been so tied to one another, both as rivals and partners, for essentially the entirety of their WWE careers. I was excited to see them have some sort of breathing space on separate brands, but obviously now it's been tossed out the window. So I'll admit, last year I dug the Yet movement. I enjoyed the Yet movement. I kind of found that a little somewhat entertaining. But this, nah. That's all I can say on that. Trifle unnecessary. It didn't really come off as a home run segment to me. I mean, the match should still be a fine match, but the segment as a whole, nah. Sorry. Bullock, it's yours.
Yeah, this was not a good way to close out the show. I mean, it was just weak, and I mean, it'll still be a good match this Sunday, but the final build to it was just a complete and utter failure. Sorry, Dee Woodson, it's yours.
I'm one that, you know, is totally against ending shows on segments. I mean, I think you should end them on the matches, because ending them on segments usually do end up boring, and they usually don't come off that well. And I mean, this one started off okay. Kofi kind of upstaged Kevin at the beginning of it, but basically it just ended up being total chaos. Kevin just trying to prove a point that I've got my entourage, you have your entourage. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, not not much you can say about it. I mean, it was a segment. It was meant to heighten the title storyline. It kind of did, but at the same time, not the great ending. Not something you really want to write home about. So it really just didn't accomplish what it meant to do. So not much more I'm going to say about it. Fletch, just take it.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it was good. It wasn't great. It wasn't an all-time home run hit, but I mean, it was decent. Um, it could have been better on so many levels, but it wasn't. Um, Not a major complaint, but we kind of saw this before, and the thing is that I don't know. I just feel like going into the WWE title fight, we were kind of a little optimistic about it. Now I don't really know if this is even going to be one of the top fights of the night. It probably will not be. Um, it doesn't have the same luster like when Daniel Bryan and Kofi had it going into Mania. That was an incredible storyline. This one here, I mean, it's all right, but I don't know. I think we could seen better. We could have seen better, but it is what it is. Nothing more to say. Um, yeah, time for the overall review. Michael Bullock, you lead off, my friend. What's your overall rating on this SmackDown Live, the go home for Money in the Bank?
Actually, can we let Dee Dee Woodson lead off?
That's fine, Didi. It's yours.
Yeah, I'll give it 7 out of 10 stars. I mean, it was a good show, but you did have the low points like that ending that just kind of killed it. The 4-on-3, not crazy about that, but and I'm okay with the Hill team winning. It's just the person who actually did the pinning. I think should have been someone other than Shane, since it really was not building a whole lot of the Shane Miz storyline. It was basically doing the other two matches. So other than maybe those two things, I mean, it was not that bad of a show. I mean, there was a lot of high points on here, but I mean, you still had some of the repetitive stuff, and you still had some stupid things like the naming here, and like I said, the just some stuff that just didn't make sense, and ending on such a weak note. I mean, they should have flip flopped the match and the KO show. I think it would have been better to at least end with the ladies on instead of ending with Kevin Owens. I mean, it anything would have been better. I mean, even if you would have pushed the 3-on-4 match, which I thought was going to be the main event, ended up being right smack dab in the middle, and that it was just, this is just a matter of just the booking should have been done a little bit better. It could have been placed things a little bit better to make the show a little bit better. I think if things were rearranged a little bit, that maybe I could go up with a higher rating, but I'm just going to give it like I said, 7 out of 10, just because it just, the field just did not feel just right. Yeah, it was a good build for the Money in the Bank. Yes, it had a lot of storyline stuff, but it could have been a better go home show than what it ended up being. So not much more I'm going to say about it. I will see you guys I guess this weekend sometime.
Yes, indeed. We'll figure it out in the next couple of nights when we're gonna do it, and then we'll get back to you about it.
All right.
But I do agree with what you said, Dee. This is a 7 out of 10. You're absolutely right
Yeah.
about that. The overall show, Dee hinted on it, and she's absolutely right. The way that the show was designed was kind of a little bit lost in the shuffle. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't great. Disappointed? Yes. I think the way that we were working it, it was good. I think the placement of the show was wrong. If we would have placed it a lot more better, I think we would have gotten a lot more better rating out of this. 7 out of 10. Anthony, go.
7 out of 10. I agree. By and large, this was a maintenance show on a go-home week. WWE has benefited from a long build to Money in the Bank, which is a considerable improvement over the usual post-WrestleMania pay-per-view that usually feels like a disjointed mess in the wake of the Superstar shakeup. I've always been used to dreading these international tapings, but both of these shows, good. Some above-average wrestling and some other things, made both shows passable, despite all the flaws in the current product. So I agree. It's a 7 out of 10. Bullock, take it home before we give it to big announcement MF.
Yeah, 7 out of 10 for me. I mean, I agree with everything you guys just mentioned. So there's really nothing more to say. So, Fletch, I think it's time we get to the big announcement.
All right, guys. So hold on to your hats. I hope you got your pen and paper, because here we go. All right. So coming up this fall, starting October 1, we get ready for a brand new look to the Strictly Sports and Wrestling Forum family of networks and the shows that are going to be coming up. On Monday night, as always, is Ridiculously Raw, hosted by Anthony Florio, traditionally at 11 p.m. Eastern. That will remain on the website. That will remain on everything that starts. So this is starting on Monday, September 29th. So Monday the 29th is actually September 30th. All right. Florio, come on, man. Get it right.
Trying to get the calendar in my mind. Friday's the 4th. So
All right. So September 30th, Monday night, that will be Ridiculously Raw. All right. Then on Tuesday, October 1, this is where a brand new show is going to come into play. All Elite Tuesday, hosted by Derek Ferreira. That's right. You heard it. The Imperial Grand Poobah himself, Derek Ferreira, comes back to YouTube and will do a review Tuesday night on the show. Now, we don't know if they're going to add the rest of us on, if it's just him by himself. We don't know just yet. So, Gold, we'll find out on that. But on October 1st, that is when Derek Ferrero All Elite Tuesday will go down. Wednesday night will be College Football Wednesday, hosted by Anthony Florio on Strictly Sports on his channel. Thursday night is NFL Thursday. No longer NFL Fridays. It's now Thursday night when we're going to be doing all the NFL coverage. That's starting in October. Then Friday is the Cerebral Smack Talk. That's right, guys. We are moving from Tuesday night to Friday nights to coincide with the move of SmackDown Live going to Fox. So we're all going to be doing our shows on Friday. Plus, as an added bonus, I now will be hosting the previews of every program. So we're going to do a 2-for-1. It's going to be SmackDown Live and The pay-per-view event of the month is on Friday night. All in one. Then, Saturday will be our night off. We get a night to relax and chill. And as Sunday night, as per usual, come on back to Braves Fan 95. After the pay-per-views are over, that's always once a month. But once the pay-per-views are over, we will cover those shows for the whole world. So, guys, get ready. It's going to be a crazy fall starting September 30. So, with that said, we are done for the night. Anthony Florio, come on in. I know we got a short docket, but I would like to ask if you can get the okay from Derek about one other bit of news, because I believe we should get into the NBA draft lottery because oh my goodness.
Well, I will do my best. To say the very least, I was kind of looking forward to that very short docket, but maybe in due time. But for right now, we have. I know we're gonna get into Frank Vogel. You know, Frank Vogel is going to be the new head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Laker fans, well, let's just say they voiced their displeasure in a rather noggin diva way. But you know, we got to address it, so we will address it. Frank Vogel, the new head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. So we'll see. Do we like the hire? Do we not like the hire? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But our Major League Baseball power rankings, we will get into that as well. I'm sure we're going to have some changes, you know, because we always do. And Doug Baldwin announcing his retirement. So Doug Baldwin's retirement, Frank Vogel, the Laker head coach, the Major League Baseball power rankings. And yes, MF, per your request, I'm going to message Derek Ferreira right now, and I will see to it that draft lottery segment will get added to that show. I'll make damn sure. I'll go to bat for it. So that's all I'm going to say on that, because I want to get into it as well. So great idea. I love the suggestion. I'm going to message him right now. So we'll see you all Friday night, and as soon as I find out anything, I will let you know.
All right, guys. So until then, that's it. Have a great night. As always, like the video, leave a comment at the bottom, share with all your friends on all the social media platforms. Thank you, Anthony Flayo. Thank you, Michael Bullock. Thank you, Dee Woodson. And thank you all for watching or listening. Have a good night, everybody. So long for now. And until then, I'm Michael Fletcher, Cerebral Smack Talk, and we are out.